trains in tennis at this park. Yeah, this is a little different. I used to be obsessed with chess. I loved that. That was my game. I was a okay, mediocre tournament player, club player. My rating was at the peak just over 1700, and my goal was 2000 to become an expert, and I just couldn't do it. Um, I trained with grandmasters. Um, I I studied books and videos, and yeah, they helped me. But my personality, when I hated tournaments. I hated. I had trouble with stress and anxiety in those because I was trying so hard, and I've learned a lot from tennis with my son's sports psychology. We had to help him. He had to get special coaching, or we were going to pull him out of tennis because of the stress. He was grinding his teeth, and he was, almost throwing up before matches. He had to solve it, or we were going to take him out. It wasn't healthy, and I'm so proud of him. He was able to do it. Could I have done it? I don't think so. Sports competition, it can be stressful, and chess can be stressful, and it's a mind game. And what I want to talk about today is Daniel Naroditsky. And no, I never met him. I purchased his videos about 13 years ago or so. And I was just blown away with how good he is. I think he's got the record for the youngest best-selling chess book. I think, yeah, he was like 13 or 14 when he wrote it. He's just phenomenal. And he became a streamer. And so they play chess, streaming chess, and he plays and analyzes, and he was just one of the best in terms of actual instruction. He wasn't the most popular, but probably because it was a little bit more educational, and his personality was a little bit more reserved, intellectual. Hi, thanks, Gonzalez. I appreciate it. So, oh, yeah, it's early in the morning there in Poland. My grandfather was pure Polish. His grandfather came to America in the early 1900s, or was it? Yeah. Anyway, uh, I was taught some Polish, but it's a big mangle. Idź tu piakło kluki grać, posoja moja dupa ucislać. So I guess that's totally mispronounced, but I tried to learn from him. Reda, R-E-D-A. My great-grandfather was Konstantin Reda. So Reda, R-E-D-A, is a town in Poland. So anyway, and yeah, there's some strong Polish chess players too. But what happened was, so Vladimir Kramnik is a, hi everyone. Hi, Rodell, Lindell. I can't pronounce that, but Bober, okay. I'm not sure what that means, but same to you, pal. So Kramnik is a former world champion. He beat Garry Kasparov, and yeah, around 2000, I think. And I don't know, maybe it was earlier. Well, anyway, he's gone on a crusade to go against, hi, Rodell, go against cheating in chess. And I'm talking about, keep in your mind the stress of the chess player. So he accused, oh, Dupa, Yeah. Your ass. Uchislach is marbles. What I was trying to say was uh, kiss my ass and play marbles in hell. That was the phrase my grandfather taught me. So I had Yich du piakwa kluki krach pasoya moya dupa uchislach. I think kluki is marbles. I apologize. Totally mangled it. So Kramnik accused Daniel Naroditsky. Please give me some thumbs up if you're interested in this. Daniel Naroditsky, this young kid, he's only 29 when he's died. Kulki, okay. So he was falsely accused a couple years ago, no proof, and there was bullying for years, and people questioning him. This young guy who no one really thinks he cheated, outside of Kramnik and like 50 Kramnik ass kissers. So if you look it up in the news, Daniel Naroditsky, he's dead, and they say suddenly, and now it's coming out. Drug overdose, maybe the S word. I can't say it, or this video will just be totally destroyed on YouTube censorship. So he was driven, and he was so stressed by this, and his friends were saying this really wore on him. And you could see in his last, if you look up Daniel Naroditsky, look up his last stream, and it is not healthy. And yeah, I myself, I've experienced people who, I've got ex-girlfriends who are no longer with us. You get what I'm saying? And you feel like, what could I have done more if I had just made one more phone call, one email, one text? Could I have saved their lives? Now I'm going to bring this back to Buddhism and meditation. And what's so startling is someone can be so smart, and chess is an intellectual game, and you need a certain level of IQ in general to reach those heights that Daniel Naroditsky reached. He was a prodigy. Despite all that intellect and power, he didn't have, and I don't mean any disrespect, I'm just trying to hopefully help people prevent this if they're going through it. So forgive me, I'm not trying to exploit this kid's untimely death, but at the same time, I'm showing it's not intellect. You could be smart as a whip and fall in, and if you don't have, if you had more control of your mind and understanding the world and conflict, you might not take this horrible final path, which is such a mistake. I'll just say it, could Buddhism have saved him? Could techniques of meditation from Buddhism have saved him? I think so. And that's just, I could be wrong. I don't know all the details. But just as a beginner, who has also been, had suffered from some depression, meditation has helped me. As well as Buddhism in general, understanding, when the world attacks you, you can find a strength in truth that everything's temporary. The good things are temporary, but so are the bad things. And this isn't just Buddhism. King Solomon, there's a legend that he had a ring and he wanted a phrase on it that when things were going terrible, he could look at the ring and it would bring him peace. And where things were going great, he would look at it and it would give him wisdom. And no one could think of what to write on the ring. And then someone wrote, this too will pass, something like that. So when things are going really well, don't get attached to it. Don't get carried away. Be prepared. It will end. And when things are going bad, don't despair. Even the bad will pass. Everything is impermanent. even what Daniel chose, if this is what he chose, or his actions led to this, even that is impermanent in Buddhism, because we believe in reincarnation. He'll come back. So I this news, this terrible news, even though I didn't know him, I studied his videos, I watched his streams, I liked him. It still has bothered me and makes me very sad. And it's so tragic. And he stood out as such a good person. And I believe these accusations were false. But at the same time, it looks like to me, he really let it get to him. He really he was saying, like, this is my career, my life career, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, sometimes we lose life careers and it isn't fair. And I'm not saying he should just give up. He should have just given up on his career or something. And it wasn't like at that point, but it wore on him and you could see it. I think meditation, a daily practice, 10, 20 minutes a day, especially during these conflicts, could have given him some perspective, distance, and self-care. Maybe enough just to get help, or maybe enough to even say, yep, I'm cheating, whatever, I'm going to play, and just ignore it and move on, and maybe it would fade away. He let things really bother him. And I know that's easy to say now, but it's a game. It's a chess game. You're moving pieces on a board. There were accusations based on nothing, based on, he picked a weird move 2 years ago, queen to C8 or bishop to C8. And he didn't even choose that move. He just mentioned it. Kramnik needs to be punished, needs to be censured. And the false accusation, you could destroy people with I'm just asking questions. Look at these anomalies. Yeah, when you've got thousands of hundreds and hundreds of grandmasters playing online, you have stats that are normal, and then sometimes there's anomalies. There's always that. It doesn't give you a right to launch a crusade against a 29-year-old young man. Well, he's gone now. He was not well. He was driven, and chess players have a history. Look at Bobby Fischer. Look, so many grandmasters to play that game at that level, you can't be normal. I mean, even Magnus Carlsen, he seems he might be on the spectrum. I could be wrong, but it's pretty hard to become a world champion and not have some level of paranoia and antisocial, not that Daniel Naroditsky, he wasn't at that level, but I'm just saying in general, there is sometimes an instability in chess players. So I just wanted to make this because I still feel yuck about it. And this is just helping me to get it out. And at the same time, if you are being bullied in any way, if you are feeling that the negativity is just permanent and you can't bear it, seek help. Absolutely seek help, and consider starting to meditate and get yourself a quiet place, a quiet space, a positive space, and where you can see that all these things that seem like huge problems are temporary, and that even you are temporary and can change and transform, and you will. But don't hurt others and don't hurt yourself. Those are, huge key points of Buddhism as well. to an extreme point. You even avoid killing flies, let alone a human, and you're a human. Don't hurt yourself. I guess that's the message here. And I just wanted to speak out because it's bothered me. And no, this isn't a chess channel, but because the mental ability in chess is needed, just because you're strong, you have a huge IQ and you're really good at something, world-class level, doesn't mean that your mind can't get away from you and lead to this. So condolences to the real family and friends. And I hope, I'm not saying it's trying to exploit this, but it has bothered me. I've studied hours of his content and his videos that I purchased and studied. He was a great young teacher, and just years beyond his age in terms of teaching and his love of the game. And this is a huge tragedy. Maybe if he had had a little mind training, a little meditation, the results would have been different. And if you're feeling this, get help, get well, and consider meditation to understand how your own mind works and how the world works in relation to it. And these conflicts that we all face will pass. Exactly. Thank you, 67. Be well, all, and yeah, stay safe. If you are interested in some basic meditation techniques or whatever, hit me up. But there's a lot online you can do on your own. I am training now under a yogi, and I'm just trying to share a little bit of what helped me. So best to you all. Stay positive. If things are going bad, it's temporary. Do not harm yourself or the others. And I really do think if he had been in the Dharma, if he had Buddhism a little bit, he could have maybe gotten out of this. Maybe. Thank you. Have a great day. And yeah, please look up abiding mind meditation, Tibetan Buddhism. That's what I would recommend. And it helped me. And I'm just hoping that I can share that. And if you need to hear that now, feel free to contact me. I'm not a therapist. I can't give medical advice, but I can say that meditation really helped me when I was feeling down about a year ago. Not to that S level, but I had to pull myself out, and meditation can do that. Bye for now.